Okay, Shalom. Okay, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Kakadash. Okay, double honors to our apostles of Great Millstone, elders of GMS. Okay, and citation, peace, and blessings to the fellow laborers, hopeful elect, children of Israel. Okay, people of Negro and Indian, Latino descent. So let's just examine these articles real quick, going up, starting at the bottom here, which you can clearly see it's current news. Not necessarily current. I was just reported in the 6th month, one in the 7th. Well, anyway, Liberty Watch UN 622's global ID that will be tied to an individual's bank account, which is nothing new. It's the hot thing that's going around. The news is hot. The hot news is going on. If you haven't been paying attention, this is headed to the RFID chip, the Charagma, or you're going to, or best known as the mark of the beast. Okay, I'm not going to read too much of this. Once again, the Grand Masters of the universe at the United States are plotting to exert control over the most modern of Earth societies, though no one anywhere elected them to such positions. He's playing God. The UN is planning to introduce a global digital ID system that is linked to individuals' bank accounts under a plan that is similar to the system developed by the World Economic Forum, the WEF. The entire play is described in a trio of policies brief titled A Global Digital Compact, Reforms to the International Financial Architecture, and the Future of Outer Space Governance. Okay, the objective is to advance UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres' vision for the future, which is, of course, total control of every human on the planet and on other planets eventually. No, it's virtually impossible. Even 10,000 years from now, this devil would never make it to another planet. It's not possible. He can't get there, It's a hedge that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai got on this devil. And ain't nothing he can do to change that. So they can keep dreaming all they want, But the reality is the devil is on his way out. Let's go to the next one. Lawsuit reveals secret list of journalists pushing propaganda on behalf of U.S. government. Not that one. Okay, U.S. proposed digital ID linked to banks and mobile money accounts. Another attack on freedom and privacy. Okay, and while all this is going on, look at the third one. Remember, I'm working from the bottom up. U.S. military latest surveillance strategy involves tracking and locating private citizens who express contrary opinions. Remember, it's that implantable device which they plan on making you an image, and after these devils, it's going to have multiple uses: tracking, identification, and finances, criminal record, and so on and so on. Eventually this is all going to just come together. Again, just like building a house, you don't see what the house is going to look like, when they dig the hole, and, when they lay the foundation, when they throw up the frame. You don't see what the house is going to look like, Just eventually at the end, it all comes together, and you see like, oh, that's it. Another Example, top secret program, the very first atomic bombs were made. Fat Man and Little Boy, whatever the hell they were called. The two bombs that were dropped on Japan. When you watch the documentaries on them building those bombs, all the participants or all the employees that brought the whole thing together, they didn't work together. They were all in secret locations. They were all scattered, and one didn't know what the next building were doing, or the next building were doing, or the next building. Then ultimately they brought it all together. Watch the documentary on those bombs, and then pretty interesting. And it's the same here with this charagma, that eventually it's all going to come together. Then it's going to go into use. Tracking. Starting back in the 70s. And the first time I started hearing about it was in the 80s. And even in the early 2000s, I bought a dog from a pet store that had a chip in it. I was totally against it, but hell, if I wanted the dog, what else could I do? And eventually end up getting fined because that dog got loose, and the dog catchers picked it up and went to the pound. We went to pick the dog up, and we were hit with a fine. And that fine, if not been paid, they would have suspended your license or put a warrant out for you. These devils are something else, man. And it was a pretty hefty fine from what I can remember. So they've been working on this for years. And now it's all coming together. What is that? Tyranny kind of beat. Okay. Let's go to End Times Ministry. I didn't go to End Times Ministry earlier. Let's see what they got going on. Proud to be delivered. Look at the flag. These people are out of their damn minds. The Great War, preparing for war. UN rolls out AI power tools. What? Here we go. 130 countries exploring central bank digital currencies. 130 countries. Can't wait to see what Nate's going to say about this when it kicks into gear. Scripture says, meddle not with them that are given to change. That demon's doctrine just, personally, what I see is just all over the place. It says June 28th there. It says June 28th there. I thought it said another date. I clicked on it. July 6th. Okay, that's So there you go. These two words I wanted to go into earlier, but I didn't. There's two words here. The two main categories of coercion, deterrence, and compellence. Now examining these two words here. deterrence, meaning the action of discouraging an action or event through instilling doubt or fear of the consequences. And what's that? Again, 13, Revelation 13, that no man might buy or sell, save he had the mark. And that devil's openly going to be saying it. And I'm sorry, if you don't bow down to us and receive this thing, your ass is out. The action of discouraging an action or event through instilling doubt or fear of the consequences. So right there, the mass majority of the nigger woman's going to receive it, right along with a large percentage of males as well. But the women, they can just kiss their asses goodbye, because their faith is in Esau, Edom, not Yahweh Shem Yahushai, not the true living power. Okay. And remember as well, the scripture says the mighty men, the men of Babylon will be like women in that day, And without the protection of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, without him putting an angel over you, you're just simply doomed, So the action of discouraging an action or event through instilling doubt or fear of consequences. Let's go back to the other one. These are characteristics of the devil. Compellence. Check this one out. Okay. Compellence is a form of coercion that attempts to get an actor, such as a state, to change its behavior through threats, to use force, or the actual use of limited forces. Compellence can be more clearly described as a political diplomatic strategy that aims to influence an adversary's will or incentive structure. Because you kind of got me thinking about the accuser of our brethren. Let me grab that scripture. Revelation 12 and 12, 12 and 10. And I heard a loud voice saying, in heaven now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his Mashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. And there you go with that. Behind the scenes, pretending like he's just innocent. It's like, where'd he go? Pretending like he's been innocent, but he built a structure, a system, to actually manipulate it all. Compellence. A deceiving ass devil, man. A deceiving goddamn devil. Period. Like the Most High is stupid. Like he's, this man is a fool. Like Scripture says, they're children of fools. Like they can fool the Most High by creating the whole thing and then accuse us to the Most High. Like the Scripture says, day and night, man. This is something else. And this is what we've been living with. This is what we've been, this is who we've been under serving, being oppressed under. A lying, weak piece of shit. A lying, deceitful, murdering, raping devil. Lying devil. And that's the scriptures that say as soon as they be born, they speak lies. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. You know, and you got fools actually think that this there's no more racism and we're all one. And you're talking about niggas talking about this is our country. Let's fight for it. And what kind of madness is that? Voters. You got actual Israelites that are calling themselves Republican and Democrat and whatever else, and Freemasons, and people are stupid, man. They don't know their enemy. Where the scripture says, never trust thy enemy, and first you got to know you got an enemy, and these niggas don't know, And secondly, you got to know who he is, And our enemy is clearly who it is. There's no doubt who the enemy is. There's no doubt in here in Babylon who the enemy is. Enemies. And not just those devils. Hell, we got 2/3 of our own people that are the enemy. You better wake the hell up out of that deep slumber that you're in. Like the scripture said, the Most High put the spirit of slumber. Put the spirit of slumber, deep sleep. According as it's written, Romans 11:8, the Most High have given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear unto this very day, until this day. And if by grace, then it is no more works, otherwise grace is no more grace, but if it be of works, then it is no more grace, otherwise work is no more work. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for. But the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. What are they looking for? The kingdom, peace. Dumbasses. According as it is written, Most High have given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear, until this day. Until this day. Dumbasses. Romans, the NLT version. So this is the situation. Most of the people of Israel, so clearly, there it is again, who this book is referring to. Who Yahweh Shem Yahushua is talking to. So this is the situation. Most of the people of Israel have not found the favor of the Most High they are looking for so earnestly. A few have. The ones the Most High has chosen, but the hearts of the rest were hardened. As the scriptures say, the Most High has put them into a deep sleep. To this day, he has shut their eyes so they do not see, and closed their ears so they do not hear. So literally, with all these prophecies that is popping like popcorn, it's literally popping like buttered popcorn with definitely with some flavored salt on it. And who doesn't like popcorn, man? Some flavor. Ooh. I do. I ain't gonna lie. I love some popcorn, buttery popcorn with some salt. And that's how the prophecies is popping like popcorn. It's going down, man, with no doubt that the Most High is making this thing happen, that he's in charge. Just popped in my mind this scripture. 2nd Ezra 61, 8 and 61. And therefore is my judgment now at hand. These things have I not showed unto all men. Because he blinded most of them. But unto thee and a few like thee, Then answered I and said, Behold, O Lord Yahweh, now hast thou showed me the multitude of the wonders which thou wilt begin to do in the last times, but at what time thou hast not showed me, you know. But we're there now. You don't got to know the exact hour and moment. You just got to be on your job, you know. Period. That's just the instructions to be on your job, watching for these things, you know, or getting help with from other Akim, to help guide you. That's what the whole thing is. This whole house we're building is for, the brotherhood, So, like I said, and a few like thee, you know, they're searching for these things. That's helping you with information. It's sharing information, and so on and so on. It's absolutely amazing, these scriptures. So they're in that deep sleep, a slumber, a deep slumber. Matthew 13. Matthew 13. Let me grab that. Let me go back so I'm staying at MOT. There we go. Matthew 13. Come on. Oh, I just watched the time. It's almost a Sabbath. Sundown. The same day went Yahushua out of the house and sat by the seaside, and a great multitude were gathered together unto him, so that he went into a ship and sat, and the whole multitude stood on the shore. And he spake many things unto them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow. And there you go, that parable. And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up. So fell upon stony places where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deeping of earth. And when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. And that's what's going to happen with a lot of IUIC and ISUPK and CAR and so on. Sons of thunder. And some fell amongst thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. But others fell into good ground and brought forth fruit, some 100-fold, some 6-fold, and some 30-fold. Who have ears to hear, let them hear. And his disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? You see, you already know what a parable is. Well, let's just do this. Why speakest unto them in parables? A parable, an earthly story with a heavenly meaning. Okay. An example by which a doctrine or precept is illustrated. So again, why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, and the first thing with the parable, a heavenly, let me do that again. Which has an earthly story with a heavenly meaning, meaning a spiritual meaning. Those that aren't spiritual, how can they understand spiritual things, right? Corinthians, Romans. Those that are earthly and worldly, can't understand these spiritual things. That's what I'm roughly paraphrasing. Salaki. He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you. So he's not dealing with every Israelite. He's not even dealing with every Israelite. He can care less about the rest, man. Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. But to them it is not given. The mysteries of the kingdom of heaven and how it's coming in. Because all this that's playing out in the world today is just representative of Esau's Esau is the end of the world, right? That's what it's showing. That's what it's telling. That's what it's all about. The end of Esau's world. And they don't understand that. So it says, but to them it is not given. All right. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away even that he hath. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. So I'm going to close it there. So, shalom.